Welcome back, folks. So this is Farmer Cop here. This is going to be episode 3, already 3 of our No Man's Land gameplay series. So if this is what you are after, please stay tuned. All right, folks. So before we jump into the game here, I decided that I think there's a few mods I'd like to add in as well that I'm actually surprised it didn't put in at the beginning. And a couple reasons for some of these. I don't think that these mods are, some of them do make life a little bit easier, but I don't think that they make the game super unrealistic. I also, just a little bit about me, I love to play with mods. I think mods are fantastic. However, I still want the game to be realistic. I don't want just a mod that's going to do everything for me or make it so the game is just super easy. I still want a challenge, and I still want the game to be relatively realistic, or as realistic as possible. So and I'm going to put in the description below, I'll put the names of all these mods as well. So the first one, I put the Anderson Group equipment pack in there. It'll just give us a few more options of different equipment. I also put in the egg pallet mod. You might ask why that one. I think it's fantastic. What it does is it sits outside of your loading zone for your eggs, and it loads just the boxes into a pallet. And I just think it's easier to move them around in the form of pallet if we do chickens. That one does make life a little bit easier, but also I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to have in game. It's not like it just automatically sells the eggs for me or anything like that. So I did put the egg pallet in there that you can buy. And then another thing I put in is the flood and street light set. So that's different street lights and floodlights and lights we can put up around the farm. So just with how dark it is at night, in case we wanted to, or we decided to light up anything, I think that'll be a good option to help us out with that too. I also added a fuel tank, a 5,000 liter fuel tank. So again, that's like a placeable item you can place around the farm, and you can buy gas at a fuel point and then bring it down there. So I don't think, and I could change my mind with this, but I don't think I'm going to place a mod in the game that's going to give us like a point at our farm to buy fuel. But I think I want something like a fuel tank, so we can go take a trailer with fuel, load it up at the store, and then bring it back down to the farm. So we have something at the farm that allows us to fill up our tractor, so we don't have to go to the store with each thing each time. And that way we don't have to fill up with the trailer too. I think it's just kind of be kind of nice to do something like that. So continuing on, the other thing I added was the Homer Terra variant DLC. So that's just an in-game DLC. I don't expect us to use it, but I put it in there in case we decide to, just because it's a basic DLC pack. I also put in the Horse pack, which I think is a fantastic pack. Kind of gives us a little bit, it's, if you look at the thumbnail type thing for the Horse pack mod, it says Horse Aggravation, so it kind of gives us some larger items, which I think would be helpful later on to be a little bit more efficient around the farm if we have the money for that. I also added the Pioneer Pallets mod, and essentially all that does is give us more pallets of stuff that we can buy at the store, and I think that's pretty reasonable, especially at this map where we already have that buy everything point in there, or buy point inside the map at the store anyways. And then finally, the Game Changer one that does this, I will be honest, it does make life easier, but I also don't think it's something that would be unrealistic to have. It's the milling machine. So I put the milling machine in here because I think one of the things we might start doing is silage. I'm thinking that we might start doing some silage as well as what we have farming around. So, and it may not be this episode, it may be the next one, it may not be the next one, but we'll see when we do it. But I think I put the milling machine in there. And if you haven't seen my video on how to make money fast in Farming Simulator without cheats, go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link up at the top, and there'll also be a link in the description as well. And I talk about the milling machine in there a lot too. So if you don't know what that is the video you should go watch. But I think right now we'll just go ahead and jump into the game. All right, folks, so if you remember where we left off, we were waiting for our soybeans to be ready to harvest. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. So I think what I'm going to do, unless it happens while I'm doing this, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take some of the wood here behind the pickup truck. I'm going to take another load over to the log sell point. And I actually probably pick up that wood that's in front of us that I lost when I drove too fast with the trailer in the last episode, if you remember that. That's right, Farmer Cop can't drive. Hopefully this episode I drive better, so that's one of my goals. But yeah, I think what we're gonna do is just take a load over there, and if it doesn't become ready to harvest, then I think we'll just have to wait for it in the morning. But so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and load this up, and I'll take it over to the sell point. And then also too, that guy really wanted to fertilize the second half of that field, but again, we might just have to do it tomorrow. But all right, we'll just kind of play it by ear and see what we have going on, but I really want to get that harvested today. And good morning, everyone. So I slept through the night. Oh, and I'm sure those fields have to be ready by now. Okay, thank God. And I think we should be able to go ahead and fertilize that as well. So we'll go check it out here. Oh gosh, there's weeds on there already too. I need to fix that as well, but that's fertilizer. That's what I want. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fertilize the rest of that. Then I'll load up the herbicide, and then we'll herbicide that. So we'll do that while this guy's over here harvesting. So let's go ahead and we'll just drive the truck out there. We might as well. And then I want to keep working on that. And I think today, while we're harvesting, I think if we end up, once we get all the harvest off and we sell it, I think what we'll do is build that road here. I think that'll be the next thing we do. I don't think that'll cost us too much. As a matter of fact, I think the landscaping will be countered by the price we'll get for selling the dilapidated. Holy cow, look at the weeds in that thing. That thing really does need some weed. But by the dilapidated shack that we sell, which is funny that we get a lot of money for it. But go ahead and drive over here. All right, hop out and hop in this guy. Okay, the long-awaited harvest. And I have them kind of offset here because I want to make sure I get that section right there. But go ahead and hire a worker here. Oh, and they are off. All right, well, I'll let them work on that. Let's keep getting on some of our stuff that we got to do. So we'll drive over to our fertilizer spreader, and we'll go ahead and fertilize that, and then we'll switch it out for some side. This field is taken care of. We do have crop destruction on, so I'm worried that he's in a state that I'm going to destroy him. Ooh. Oh, yeah. We're destroying. Are we destroying them? Maybe we're not. Oh, yeah. We're destroying them. So, oh, destroyed those guys. Anyhow, so what we're going to do, don't worry. Crisis can be averted. So what we'll do with this tractor is we'll put narrow tires on it. So narrow tires are kind of nice in the fact that once you buy them, you can switch back and forth. So we can switch back and forth between the narrow tires and the regular tires on this guy. So we'll drive it over to our shop. Workshop here. Don't want to hit the thing. All right, so we'll go ahead and hop out here. Shop. Our down here in wheels, we want to not wide narrow tires. So they're gonna cost us $1,000, but if we customize, then we go, it deconnected everything, of course. Go in here and customize again. We can go back to our we go back to our standard tires and back to our narrow tires, back and forth. So if we customized again, went to there, we went back in, so we want the narrow tires on. Narrow tires are now free, so we have them now permanently. What? Ooh, I really want that. Would be fantastic. 150 horsepower would be nice, but yep, there we are. So $0. Perfect. All right, so we will everything up, and it zoomed me in back to there. We'll head back over and we will fertilize that. So as we fertilize that and we get this field good to go, I do want to talk about a couple things. So kind of where the channel's going. One thing I want to look at doing is maybe a second Let's Play or a second gameplay series, and I want to do a seasons one. So I want to do one on regular like the No Man's Land here, and then I also want to do one on seasons. So, yeah, that's something that I'm thinking about doing. Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. I'm not going to be able to get it all in one swath, unfortunately, but we will fertilize this, and this should be... Actually, I'm doing the right part of the field here. Map. Turn weeds off. Yeah, perfect. So we just need to hit that down here, then hit that strip there, and then we'll weed this field. Yeah, actually, we'll go over and hit that field for weeds too. Might as well while we're at it. Once we load the herbicide up. So keep going with this guy. But yeah, so plans for the channel. So I was thinking about doing a second gameplay series. I don't know when that would be. It's kind of hard. So right now, it actually wouldn't be too bad to do 2 gameplay series at the same time if I was doing a just gameplay series. But I've been spending a decent chunk of time trying to create tutorial videos and stuff like that. And I know a lot of them are already up on the internet, but I want to have kind of my own versions of them. So I want to have my own kind of tutorials, my own guides, my own tips, tricks, everything like that. So I want to try to get all that stuff kind of in my kind of brand, if you will, up online as well. So that's something that I've been working on. So right now, kind of the schedule or at least what I'm going to try to do now is release videos at 6 p.m. every day. I might change the time later, but for now I'm trying to do it 6 p.m. today. So, and again, I'm recording this ahead of time, but what I'm going to try to do, if I can, if I release videos every day at 6 p.m., one day will be a gameplay series, another episode right now of just this. And also here, we're just going to hit I to unload that, switch over to the front tank and hit I to unload that as well. Then we'll go load up with fertilizer. But yeah, so I'm going to try to do videos every day. So one day it'll be a gameplay series episode, and then another day, what I'll end up doing is a guide through a tutorial or something. So that's kind of what we're looking at doing. Is at least that's what we're gonna do for now with the channel. So another thing too that I wanna do is, again, more tutorial videos. Once I get them all up, or I get a lot of them up, and I only have to do them, every so often as I see fit or as I see a need for one. So that'll be nice once we get that going a little bit more. And then another thing I'm thinking about doing is so I've been trying to do or keep up with the new maps as they come out. Since they're not coming out with the Farming Simulator 21 this year, since they're trying to wait and see how it's going to affect with the next generation of consoles. Again, that doesn't really affect us here on PC, but they're trying to wait for that before they release a new game, which, I can't blame them. I hate to release, if I was Giants, I'd hate to release a Farming Simulator 21 and then immediately have it not work on new console platforms or something like that, or only be for old console platforms. So I can't really blame them for holding off. It's just kind of crappy timing for us. But having said that, they have come out and kind of said they're going to keep trying to release lots of new mods and new maps for this game, or keep pushing mods through. They're not just going to give up on us here on Farming Simulator 19. So they're still going to have new content, and we're going to keep playing on new content and keep doing gameplay and series. So it's actually kind of nice for me being new to YouTube. It gives me a little bit of a chance to catch up with everyone else on there with as far as guides and tutorials and videos like that. So I should be able to catch up a little bit to everyone else. Another thing I want to keep doing, like I said, was the map tours. So I've been doing new ones as they come out, or trying to keep up with new ones as they come out. And eventually, once there's a lull, I'm going to keep doing them. At least one a week, I think, for map tours. Map tours take a little bit more time because I like to kind of go in and try to figure out how the map works first and what stuff's important to show you. And I still, of course, will miss something and do stuff like that. But so I'm going to keep trying to do map tours at least one a week. By the time this comes out, actually, you'll have seen, I believe, the Sandy Bay 19 map tour by the time this comes out, if I'm thinking about my schedule correctly. So that's a new one that's coming out, and that's one I actually want to do a season's gameplay series on, because there's some like snow contracts and cool stuff like that in Sandy Bay 19. So that might be one that I end up playing on seasons, just because it seems like it's a super cool map. But we'll see. Again, I'm just kind of open to whatever. If there's stuff you guys want to see more of, let me know. Another thing I want to do is slowly work through all the mods in Farming Simulator 19 so far, and new ones as they come out, and do mod reviews of all of them, and let you know what my favorite ones are, what I like to use them for, stuff like that. So that's another thing that I'm looking at doing. But that's kind of where the channel's going. That's kind of my goal. We'll see how it all works out. But if there's anything, again, that you guys want to see, I know there's not a lot of people that are going to be watching this right off, but there's things you guys want to see, please comment below. Things you want to see in this gameplay series or any other gameplay series, a specific map you want me to play on, let me know. Because right now I'm sitting at 22 subscribers, I think, as I'm recording this. So not a whole lot of subscribers. So if you want to see something happen, a pretty good chance it's going to happen. So you say any map, basically, I will play on it. I don't have any issues doing that. Or any map you want to see a guide through, or a tour or walkthrough on, I'll pretty much just do it. Any mods you want to see reviews on right away, I will just knock them out, easy peasy. Any tutorials you want to see sooner rather than later, I will just knock them out. I will. Currently, I'm just working on kind of going about a schedule. One of the tutorials, and I don't have my schedule up in front of me for when I'm releasing stuff, and I'm recording this ahead of time, but there will be a tutorial coming out. I have one about growing grains, and I think I made a significantly better tutorial video about growing crops when I just made a video on growing like corn and sunflowers. Again, there's only 2 crops there versus 5, but still I think I did a much better job in the video. And I'm still new to video editing, stuff like that, so I'm using the free software, so it's not super great, but it works for me and what I'm doing. And I'm using OBS to record, so which actually I'll probably use OBS for a while, even if I get more and more videos on here, but because it works really well. But all right, back to No Man's Land. So we have all of the weeds done. If we go into our map here, no weeds, perfect. Fertilize those. That guy doesn't have. That's what I should have done. Darn it. Well, What we'll do now is go unload the herbicide and load up the fertilizer again, and we'll hit this with another fertilizer state just so we get the most out of it. And I don't think anything needs plowing right now. I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. But lime, everything needs lime. I think we're getting to the point where we're going to want to buy a lime spreader to use occasionally, or maybe lease one just to knock all the fields out real quick. Because again, if you think about it, I think leasing one is like $2,000 around there. So then we can lime all the fields, I think under an hour. It might be a little more, so hopefully we don't get hit with another hour. But even if it was $4,000, that liming will last for 3 harvests, so it'll probably end up being worth it for us. But all right, let's go drive over and unload the herbicide and reload the fertilizer. Thankfully, so Farming Simulator 17, you couldn't do this, but you can in this game. Is you can unload a seeder or unload the fertilizer tanks, which is fantastic. That is one of my favorite new features, I think, for Farming Simulator 19 when it came out. As soon as I figured out you could do that, fantastic. Just makes life a lot easier. We'll try to get these next to each other. Again, I put them right in the middle of the road, but whatever, I guess. Hopefully I don't need to drive through there too much. We'll avoid them. And I put those guys in the middle of the area too. So let's load up. Let me try to just load up the rear tank if I can. That way I can just maybe unload one. I think we might be down to enough where it's all going to fit. Ooh, maybe we might be pushing it. I want to get it so it's just one tank versus 2. But it just kind of depends on what I can fit in each one. Oh, not quite. Well, we'll go ahead and I think if we spray out some of this and then we load that up into the sprayer, I think we will be able to get us down to just one. So let's go ahead and spray this. As this bad boy unfolds. Definitely a good investment, I think. We'll probably end up using this sprayer for a long time because even on bigger fields, this works. It's adequate. It can do the job. So I think that's worthwhile. And let's make sure this is actually working before we just waste a bunch of fertilizer. Yep, perfect. Little dark section there. So it's working. Harvester's almost done there. I wonder, he's probably not going to be able to make that corner. So we'll probably have to go fix him in here in a second. But for now, we'll keep working on this. Get this guy. Yeah, so just with not having a lot of fields, I want to make sure that we're maximizing what we're going to get out of them. So yeah, and I think, so what I've been kind of doing on my gameplay series here, at least for No Man's Land, is I've been each kind of in-game day at the speed of 5, I've just kind of summarized into the highlights. Some videos are longer than others. We'll see how long this one ends up being, but I think they've been between like, 40 and 50 minutes for each episode. So I think ideally my episode goal will be around 30 minutes. I could do my episodes in 30 minutes, but we'll kind of see. But if we're not doing a whole lot, or we get a lot of the stuff cleaned up, like a lot of the logging done and stuff like that, there's not a whole lot to do or a whole lot to show. It might end up being a couple days per video or something like that. Or maybe where we walk through a whole set of harvests where we do from planting all the way to harvesting a crop in one episode. But we'll just kind of see. If that's not what you guys want me to do or what you guys want me to do, just let me know. And again, I am going to try to record ahead of time, so if you guys do start leaving comments for me. No one has yet, but I'm waiting for the first comment. Someone will comment eventually, I think, hopefully. Maybe not in this gameplay series, but someday someone will comment. Maybe when I have 23 subscribers, who knows? Maybe that 23rd guy will leave comments and kind of give me what he wants me to do next or what she wants me to do next. But for now, it is what it is. But even if I am on 22 subscribers forever, I don't really care. I'm still going to post videos. I do it because I enjoy it, not because I'm trying to do anything with it. So, oh, perfect. We got that all into one, which means we can back up here. I'll get it so it's out of the way. At least it unloads in a somewhat predictable manner. I don't know why it unloaded angled like that. Kind of weird, but maybe we can condense this guy too. Try to condense these down to one and move them out of the road. So let me back up. All right, there's one of them. Again, I'm just trying not to fill the front tank just so I can get it all in the one unit here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I'm going to forget which one's herbicide and fertilizer. So we'll leave the fertilizer over there, and I'll put the herbicide actually completely bipolar opposite. And I think we'll kind of convert some of this area into like maybe putting a fuel tank in and stuff like that. Kind of get it paved out and stuff like that. We can't really do a whole lot with the rocks. But we'll deal with what we got. Unload that there, and also unload a little bit of an angle. Kind of weird, but the weeds just stick to the trailer there. All right, so we will park him somewhere. We can just park matter. Let's park here and we'll hop out and we're gonna run over and check on our combine. See how harvest is going. He actually maybe made the turn. We'll see what he missed, or if he missed anything. But I don't think we'll have to unload them before we do both these fields. I think all the yield will fit in them. Oh, disregard. It's not going to fit. You still going to get that? Let's, I'll just finish it up. Why not? Why not? Out here. Probably turn it off. We'll probably move a little faster. All right, here we go. Harvest that, and then we'll start working on getting this field prepped for the next thing we're going to do with it, which again is just going to be more crops. We might actually, I think what I was talking about in last episode was extending it up a little bit, so we'll probably do that too in this episode, is kind of extend it up and expand it up, just to make it a little bit bigger, get a little bit more out of it. I'd be careful I don't drive over crops, because I will destroy them. All right. And yeah, so I talked briefly at the beginning. I think I want to start getting into silage. I'm trying to think if I mean, we have enough grass around here. We probably just could keep mowing some of this, and we probably don't need like our own field for it. And we'll just kind of just wait until we get enough that it's worth fermenting and dealing with that. It might take us a couple episodes to get enough, but a small bunker saddle will easily be able to afford that or at the end of our, harvest, after we get all this stuff harvested. Okay, that should be able to get all that. I'll go ahead and hire a worker here. Oop, glitched out there for a second. Here's working. Perfect. Thank goodness running on the crops doesn't destroy them, or I would destroy a lot of the crops. But we will go back over here, and then I think, actually, before we get too far, since he's at like 75 to 80%, we're going to go... Oh, it's a stump. Is that a tree I missed? I think I cut them all out, but I'll need to take stumps out. It's another thing to do today. I was thinking, oh gosh, what are we going to do today in the episode? But I think there's actually plenty of to do, so I'm no longer worried about it. The more I run around, it seems like there's more to do. But after you get the farm set up, it's just kind of making more money and expanding your business. So I think I want to get, we're going to use the big trailer here for this. I think it'll be easier. We'll probably end up the combine holds. But I guess we'll find out in a second. Around. Let's come this way. Now we got this guy staged when that guy's full, when the harvester's full, so we can just load it up and then keep going. Just to be a little more efficient. These guys are actually getting out the second half, but the first half of the field's getting ready to harvest too. Starting to speed up a little bit. We're starting to get more and more stuff going on, more work to do. So all right, I'm gonna park him here. We'll hop out. I'm gonna run over and grab the other tractor. I'm gonna hook up the cultivator, and I'm gonna work on expanding that field. I think that's what we're gonna work on right now, so we can start getting that field ready to plant another crop in. And again, we're gonna do canola this round. So I did soy up in that field, but this one I planted canola in. So this one's already got canola in it. And actually, to do that kind of field work, we'll probably want to dump off the attachments here. Excuse me. Right. Rock will back this guy up a little bit. Off there, pull forward so we can pull the tractor in here next time. Dump that off. Perfect. But what we're going to want to do is put wide tires back on here, or put normal tires back on at least, so we have a little bit more grip when we're pulling the cultivator around. Again, it won't cost us anything, so customize. What is that? Rear narrow twin wheels. It's funny if that doesn't cost any extra to that configuration, because I guess they already assume that you have the normal tires and then you have the twins already, or the excuse me, the the thin tires, or the narrow tires. So there we go, customize that. I actually think I want to check in here. Yeah, so these guys can do a front loader attachment as well. We might end up putting one on one of the tractors, put a front loader attachment on one of them so we can haul. We have some bales over there. We might as well sell them. I don't know if we'll do animals or not in this gameplay series. We might focus on crops and other forms of income. I know I said I wanted to do silage, but definitely more as a money maker than anything else. We'll hook up to our field making cultivator that doesn't go that fast, because we definitely have an inadequate tractor to pull it. Voice is just dry today. Let me get a drink of water. Oh, that's much better. Much better. It'd be nice when we don't have to take this route and we can take our road. I think we'll be able to build that today. That might be one of our goals for the day, is to do that. So, right. I want to kind of make it even here. So I'll unfold this while we're looking at the map. We'll do that just so we can see the field outline, since it's not actually like a in-game field, obviously. So yeah, we have a lot of room up there. So I think we'll be able to go quite a ways. And I'll hit Y real quick. So create fields is on, and we'll try to get a little bit better lined up with the edge of the field here. Pour that down. So slow. So slow going uphill. 1 mile an hour. Just ridiculous. I feel like the more I try to pull this cultivator around with these little tractors, it likes it less and less. Let's actually turn the map on so I can see. Yeah, we're getting close. Probably just getting ready to go over it now. Come on, you can do it. I think right about there. I don't want to have the same issue I had where there was a part of it that was plowed, or excuse me, a part of it that was cultivated into a new field, but you couldn't do a whole lot with. So I don't want that to be a problem for us. Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. I'm actually going to go grab the subsoiler. We're not making that much room. The subsoiler will make it so we can drive quite a bit faster, and then we won't have to plow that section of the field. Because that section, well, oof. I don't know, because I'd rather it... Yeah, we'll just do that. That'll just be easier. Then we can subsoil the whole thing at once later on. So I think that'll just be a better option for us, and be probably faster. Well, it will be faster because we won't have to go over the field twice. Very, very disappointed I didn't think of buying us a subsoiler. So, oh, see up in the right-hand corner, helper eye is a full grain tank. So we'll hook this guy up, and then we'll go over and we'll empty out our combine. Perfect. All right, drive over here. I don't know how my audio sounds to you guys, but I feel like it could be better. Try not to scream or yell or anything like that, obviously, but I did end up buying a better mic, I think, or at least a little bit better mic. The one I'm using now, just because I don't really like the quality of the audio as much, so I think I just wanted to get something a little bit better, but well, we can't really drive into this without destroying the crops, so we're just going to hire someone, or unhire the worker we have, and we're just going to go drive this over to the trailer. 5,600 liters, that's pretty good. Now it's between this field and looks like just over. There's a bunch of room missing. I think I have to go up the end of it at the end, but that's not a big. Yeah, I think if we just mowed this, that would be plenty to get going with silage, going between the field a little bit, stuff like that. And again, I talked a little bit in the last episode. I'm not going to connect these two fields because I'm going to expand this field out that way once we buy more land, and this field out that way once we buy more land. And that might be something to do soon. Here is buy another chunk of land. I definitely want to get 25. I think 25 is the next one we're going to buy, just because it's next to us, and I think it's probably one of the better ones on the map. Maybe not. There's probably ones that are more cleared out and have less junk on them, but I think it'll be a good one just because it's close and it has mostly empty space, so we should be able to expand our fields a lot better and be more efficient that way. So, all right, we'll get this guy back harvesting, put the pipe back in. Like he missed like a section there. Maybe I'll hit it. We'll get it in the next pass, but still. A little bit. 3 liters. He missed 3 liters. Darn it. Whole 3 liters. All right, we'll hire someone there. Okay, perfect. He's chugging along at that. Ooh, that's all that too. Well, anyhow, we're probably going to have to fix up some of the field anyway. There should be plenty of room in this trailer for anything. Yeah, it's at 26, so you can hold it on more. Figured. So we'll hop up here and We'll work on expanding this field out a little bit. And again, with subsoilers, just like plows, you hit Y, you should be able to create fields. Yeah, perfect. So just like plows. So there's no mod I don't think you need for that. I use a mod so I can use the cultivator to produce fields or to make fields, but I don't think you need a mod to do it with a subsoiler. I think since it's kind of a type of plow or a specialized plow, I don't think you need the mod in order to make fields in game with it. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. All right, I'll cook along here. So yeah, I'll keep working on this, and then yeah, just kind of just the mundane farm work, but eventually we'll have this grown into a metropolis. No man's land will be every man's land when it's got crops everywhere growing and just us making money. So yep, I'll keep working on this, and then I'll probably bring you guys back in after I get her finished up. Alright, so I finished up making that top section there, and actually, even though I thought I was estimating just below the line, it ended up being right on the line again, so we might still have a little bit of issues there. Geez, I'm missing that. Yeah, I don't really want to. And then just a little bit of overlap on it. But yep, so I'm hiring a worker. Go keep working on this. I had to go over and move the trailer out of the way. The combine couldn't get through. So, and I think also too on that other field we want to go up a little higher too. So we'll probably end up doing that before we harvest. But we increased the field size here. So this, I mean, most of that dark stuff is going to be, so increase it probably by like 40%. So I just wish we would have done that originally, so we had 40% more in our harvest. But it is what it is. So we're learning. We're still fixing things. If he can recover that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's got it. All right. Have on over here. Actually, we'll hop out. Let's go over to the harvester. Almost done, and then we'll finish up the gym. Stretch, and then I'll go from here, buddy. Thank you for all your work. We're missing parts of our field. That's okay. No one's perfect. Farmer Crop will get it all done for us. Well, hopefully it lets me harvest that so I don't have access to that land, so we'll try to get it. Hopefully it lets me. Yeah, we're getting it. Perfect. So we'll get all this, and then we'll go over there and unload, and then I think we're done with the combine for now. Next thing we'll be harvesting this corn. So we'll take a look at kind of how much soybeans we have. And again, we have an extra like 11,000 liters that we had originally when we started out that we didn't sell just because we were going to try to sell them all at once. And I actually haven't looked at the prices of soy. It was like $1,700 some odd dollars per 1,000 liters previously. So we'll see if it's still a decent price. If it's still up in there, once I'm actually really curious. I want to see what it is right now. Soy, ooh, it's only $1,300. We are probably going to wait to sell it then. Darn it. Wanted to sell it, but that's just so much money we're going to lose out on. So we will we'll probably hold out until we get a better price on soy. Makes me wish I would have sold the first 11,000 though right away, but no worries, no worries. We'll hold out. We can even take out a loan and do some of the stuff around the farm or some of the stuff we need to do until we can sell the soy. So I'm not too worried. I try to pay off loans and have as little loans in this game as possible so I don't get hit by the interest at night. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. And also, too, I know a lot of people will say once you start off in a new farm mode, you might as well sell your combine because you're not going to use it that often. I actually like hanging on to mine. So whether you agree or disagree, I like to hang on to it, especially if I'm going to use it. I mean, if I'm not going to use it ever, then I'll get rid of it. But in general, I hold on to it because I end up using it to harvest, especially at the beginning, and it's just kind of nice. They don't have to worry about leasing costs or anything like that, and I have it. So, yeah, I could use the 100 grand or whatever you get or more from selling these guys, but I end up just liking to have it around anyways, just to be available in case I want to harvest stuff. Actually, this is going to go away today, so let's just move the harvester out of here. We're going to take that out. You're probably good to park over here. As much as I hate leaving a $100,000 piece of equipment outside, it is kind of is. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, so we're going to build the road. So it's going to be even with this road, the road that goes out of here. It's going to go straight back, right through almost the center here, back over to there. So you see I cleared out all the trees and stuff, but we'll need to take out the stumps before we keep going. So I'll hop over and check on our, actually, yeah, what I'll do is I'll dump the soy. I'll take the soy that we got and I will put it in our silo, and then I will have another worker come out here and start planting canola on that field as he finishes it up. That way we can get that rolling as well and kind of use both of them. And then while they're doing that, I'll finish getting rid of all the logs over there that I've cut down. Maybe I'll cut down a couple more trees if they're not done. And then I will take one of the tractors, hook up the stump cutter, the stump remover, and then we'll go remove all those stumps, and then we'll probably start working on the road. But yeah, that's kind of our plan. So I try to be as organized as possible. I try to plan as much as possible, but plans change and what have you. So we'll go ahead and just kind of play it by ear and see what happens. So, all right. So, yep, I think that's what's going to happen. I will. I'll keep working, and I'll get you guys back in here when something cool or important happens. All right. So I did end up bringing you guys back in sooner than I thought. I hooked up to the seeder, and I realized that we probably should reload some stuff on it. So. I still have some seeds left over from when I bought them last time at the store, so oh, look at, I mean, that pallet will actually probably last us a while. But I'm gonna back up here. The other thing I want to do is go into the store here. I'll go into pallets. I actually want to show you some of the stuff that I downloaded, some of those mods. So in pallets, the Pioneer pallet pack that I have is gonna be over here. Some of the stuff. So there's the egg pallet that I downloaded. So here are some of the things that are in there. So we have a dry fertilizer, a lime. Pig food, oats, wheat. So those are the Pioneer pallets pack. So I don't mind having those. It just gives you kind of a larger option than buying a big bag. And I think it's actually, I don't know if it's a whole lot cheaper. So that's fertilizer. So 2,400 liters for $2,500. So we're looking at what? $90 per 100 liters, something like that. I don't know. I'm not good at math. Let me grab a calculator real quick. All right, got my calculator here. Let me see. All right, we have 24. Gosh. Yeah, I know. I'm a cop, but I'm bad at math. There's a reason I'm a cop. So, other way. Yeah, so we're paying $2,500, and we're dividing that by 2,400 liters, and then we multiply that by 100, and I don't know. We're either paying. I think we're paying 90 something odd bucks for it, but that just goes to show I can't even use a calculator to find out what we got going on. So you can think I'm stupid if you want. It won't hurt my feelings, but let's go over to the big bags here and take a look. I don't know why I couldn't. I'm normally pretty good at math. So holy cow, that's definitely more expensive. So we're saving some money with that mod, which I don't normally like to do that, to try to use mods to save money, but I just like the way these pallets look, and I like to use them a lot better. So we're going to buy that. Do we have money? Yeah, we have money. So there's that for us. And then also in the mods here, what we are going to end up buying at some point, if we go over to miscellaneous, this guy right here, the milling machine. So that's part of the Anderson group pack. But the milling machine here is only $5,000, which isn't too bad. It probably could be a little bit more. I wouldn't mind. But we'll use that in conjunction with a mower that we'll buy. We'll probably get this guy. I hate these two mowers. So this is worth the extra money for me, just hands down. So we'll get this guy, and that plus the trailer we already have on a tractor, we'll be able to use a tractor to cut with the mower, and then we'll go grab the milling machine and we'll be able to pick it up with that. So instead of using a forage wagon, you can use the milling machine plus that, and it also helps you pick up silage out of a silo. So, all right, let's load this guy up with fertilizer. See, what I should have done is parked right next to the seeds, and then would have forced the fertilizer on the other side, so then I could have just pulled up and filled both up each time I came down here. And again, that fertilizer pallet will probably last us a while too. So, all right, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy seeded, but I just want to show you guys that stuff in the store and show you that I had to fill this guy up before we could keep going. All right, folks, just for a quick update for you. So I have extended both fields as a little cattywampus over there at the end, if you see up straight ahead of me in that far field. So it's a little curved, but it was kind of weird with the property line and what it let me do, so that was just kind of how it ended up. In front of us here, this is not the first grow state. This is those darn weeds again. So I actually have the fertilizer spreader here set and ready to go to do fertilizer. So I'll wait till I have weeds in the whole field before we deal with that. But once it gets into its first growth stage, I should be able to fertilize this, and same with the other one. So I have a planter over there, a hired worker. He's going to plant canola over in this one, just like, or over in that field, just like this field has canola. So right now, I think what I'm going to do, gosh, this actually isn't ready yet. So I'll just deconnect. I'll leave this stuff up here. And what I'm going to do is go grab the stump remover, and then I'm going to remove the stumps behind there so we can get that road built today. I think that's what we want to get done, is get that road built today. That's what we're going to do next. And we might even, I think we'll even get a road built in here and kind of color that out a little bit more to kind of make it stand out and put it in there. We might even still do this road around here, still have a road here, just because it's kind of how it's designed. But we're not going to worry about making it super detailed or super nice just yet. So I'll hook up to the stump remover and I'll get those stumps removed, and then I think I'll try to finish hauling the logs out of there, and then I think we'll build, I think we will build the road through there and sell the shed. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll keep you updated as we go. We're already starting to run a little long in this episode. So I don't want this to be like a 3-hour episode where we get all this done. Yeah, obviously it won't be that long, but just looking at how much time I've recorded and kind of knowing what I take out with editing and stuff like that, or the amount that I usually take out with editing and stuff like that, I just want to make sure that I don't go too long. And I also haven't really talked about police work yet, so again, if you guys have any questions about police work as well, farming simulator, police work, anything, if you're new to the channel, I am a police officer. That's what I do full-time, so if it's your first time watching anything by me, that's what I do. That's why I am Farmer Cop, and that's the name I chose, is because of that, because my actual profession is police work. I think I'm fortunate as a police officer where I work. First off, I don't work in a super high crime area. Yeah, we have crime. Yeah, we deal with it, but I don't work in an area where I feel like every day I go to work I'm going to get killed, which I know I know there are some dangerous areas to work as a police officer in this country, and I don't think I have one of the most dangerous by far. I don't think it's the safest area either, but I also don't think it's the most dangerous. I kind of describe it in a way of like, we're relatively busy. We have times where we're slow, but we're relatively busy. But in general, I get the privilege of dealing with only serious crime, maybe once a week or twice a week at the most. And the rest of the time, I'm just dealing with mundane stuff and other crimes and less important stuff or less dangerous stuff. So I still get some of that danger and some of that action that keeps you kind of paying attention and keeps you, how do I put it? It keeps you, I think, sharp if you have a little bit here and there, versus you have to work a little bit harder to stay sharp. Definitely not impossible if you're not dealing with some of the stuff all the time, because again, you're not dealing with it all the time. So just like anything, skills fade if you're not using them. So all those academy skills of dealing with serious crime kind of go away if you're not dealing with it very often. So that's what I kind of like about where I work, because I'm not dealing with serious crime all the time, but I still am able to maintain a good skill set to deal with it when it comes up. But anyhow, yeah, so if you have any questions about police work, anything like that, I know a lot of people ask, oh, what's the craziest thing you've ever had happen? That is such a loaded question. That is the first thing people ask me when I find I'm a cop. If that's what you want me to answer, I can try to think of it. It seems like every time I get asked that, I draw a blank. But if you ask it in the comments, I suppose it'll be easier to answer, because I'll get time to think about it before I record. And if it takes me an episode or two to answer your question or to answer your comment or do what your comment says, I apologize. I do try to record in advance, as I mentioned already. So if that's what happens, I apologize. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. So yep, I'll keep working on this, and then I'll bring you guys back in once we're probably going to get ready to build the road. Yeah, that'll probably be what'll happen. So after I get this stuff cleared out and ready to go to build a road, that's when I'll probably bring you guys back in. All right, folks, it is time, I think, to build our road. So just a quick update on our fields. If you look in here, this one's fertilized. This one is not fertilized to the second state yet. I'm waiting for it to go into its next growth phase. Weeds, still just that top section, so we'll wait until it hits the whole field, and then, or if it hits the whole field, and then we'll weed that or apply some herbicide. This one's getting close to harvest. This section of this field over here, there we go. This section of this field over here is actually already ready to harvest if we go into here, but I don't want to harvest it until this section's ready to go. So this again is soy, and this is our first canola field, so I might even hold off on this one. I have plant withering turned off, so I might hold off on this one until we get everything ready to harvest at once. But we'll kind of see. But right now we're going to focus on building our road through here, and building this road to actually look like a nice dirt road. So we'll go ahead and add some texture to that and make it kind of look nice. I'm not an artist, so don't expect something superior from me or super detailed or super realistic looking. So that won't really be what you get from me. So again, I'm a cop, not a artist. So we'll go in here first. Let's go in the garage and we'll sell. Let's find that vehicle shelter, old rundown shelter. We're gonna get $7,000 for it. And also look, we have $13,900, which we only had a couple thousand before, or 3,000 before, something like that. So we got a lot of money from selling all the wood behind. So yeah, I did clear out all that wood that was back there that I cut down, and I also got rid of all the stumps. So let's sell this real quick. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is gonna look fantastic. It does, gosh, now that I removed it, it kind of looks like it's missing something, but once we build more stuff out here, I think it'll be fine. So we'll go back into the purchase screen, start landscaping. Oof. All right, so yeah, actually it's good. This is a good screen to talk about what we're gonna do. I love this. It'd be kind of interesting to build something out here if you could. You can landscape a little bit out there, but so I think this will be where we have kind of our vehicle maintenance area and stuff like that. Again, we have the shop over there. We might end up selling that and building it over here, because that is like a mod you can build. So I might end up selling that and building it over here, and then just kind of leaving this open. I like where the silos are at. The wood chipper, that's fine. I don't know if we'll do anything with it or not. But this guy here, actually, if we sell the bales out of it, we could use it as kind of a vehicle shelter for the time being, or get rid of it and build a better vehicle shelter right there. So this is actually a good section for vehicle shelters, or if we built garages in here, I think this would be good. I think this is outside of our land though, so we have to buy this. But yeah, that's kind of our property line right there, right along there. See where we can do stuff more. Yeah, so probably what around the popular line. That's our property. This stuff's looking good. He's waiting to fertilize that. Well, this is a little awkward part of our field here, but yeah, so that's well, let's go to switch mode here, and then we will kind of want to test out. That's a little too light, I think. What does that one look like? A little bit better. I don't think. Nope, definitely not that one. Definitely not that one. Oh no. Nope. Nope. I want it to be gravel. We have a like a wet dirt. Ooh, I like. Let's go look at the other road and see what. So it's like that's part of the texture out here. That's not it. There. That's the. Is that? Oh, it's a little bit darker. It looks like. Um. Go back around. I think we'll want. I think that's I think that's the texture we're gonna go with. So for here, we'll just kind of paint this like even just dirt roads. So. Have a wide road. Super wide. That I like about that width. I don't want the edges to be perfect, because like we're building kind of uneven. I like that the curves there. I want to cover all this place down, but this doesn't have to be. I don't want these ones to be as wide, so we're just going to kind of follow it. Our property line, just like that. I think is okay. Yep, it's kind of a cool curve. But yeah, the roads are kind of, I like kind of the roads. I like how they kind of just wind through it, and you kind of see, you can actually see them a lot better here in landscape mode. Didn't like a. So that there's that. All right, hopefully you guys like that. I think it looks decent. Maybe we do make sure to make it a little bit more realistic. I had some junk. I'll just click through some junk in here. Again, not an artist, so no judging. I'm trying to make it look as nice and kind of more realistic as possible. So too bad. Those are those puddles. Oh yeah, we can put some of those through here. Kind of in the middle. I guess it'd probably be more likely on the outside, but kind of like a texture. Add a little. Sorry, I got really quiet when I was building that. I got really focused. Sorry, guys. Didn't say a whole lot when I had that going on, but yeah, I think this doesn't look half bad. At least it's good enough to start. You guys think of any ideas how to make it look nicer? Just let me know. I can't guarantee I'll be able to implement them successfully, but I can do my best to do that. So I think that's good for that. That's still doing pretty good for money. That didn't cost so long. Oh, barely anything. One of those old dots like $2. So I do like that landscaping is not ridiculously expensive. So we'll go ahead and let's drive through our new road. Look at this guy. Fantastic. It's perfect. Perfect. I will say it does look kind of awkward when it just cuts off at the end of our property, but as we slowly own this whole map, we probably won't own the whole map, but as we slowly buy more and more of the map, excuse me, not the lap, so as we buy more and more of the map, we will be able to expand it, and we can probably get it to fade out a little bit better at the ends once we find out where we want to kind of end, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think that was a good idea to build a road through there. I like that. It helps us access these fields a little bit better, kind of opens it up a little bit more. But yeah, that's what I have. I think I'm probably gonna wrap up the video here. It's just getting kind of long. I think I'm gonna stop it here, and we'll start kind of in the evening in my next episode working on this. So just because of how long this is getting, we'll probably do that. We're looking at a canola harvest coming up here. We're gonna finish up that soy field, get some fertilizing done. But yeah, I think this is gonna be it for this. So thank you for watching episode 3. This has been Farmer Cop. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe button, and just turn on that notification bell if you want to see when we're posting new videos. Again, I'm going to try to post them every day at about 6 p.m. So that's kind of our goal, or my goal, to get videos out to you guys that way. So again, thank you for watching.